Number 11. Yuska. It's 3 a.m., and you are having the most important conversation of your life with someone who isn't there. You know exactly what you'd say. Every word landed perfectly, every pause deliberate, every sentence the one you never actually said when you had the chance. That compulsive imaginary conversation, the one you've rehearsed 100 different ways, that's Juska. Psychologists describe this as hypothetical ideation, the brain's attempt to achieve closure it was denied in reality. You're not obsessing. You're finishing something that was left unfinished. And the conversation keeps going because some part of you still believes if you find the right words, something will finally be resolved. It won't. But the search for those words, that's not madness. That's love. Still looking for somewhere to land. Number 10. Mauerbauertraurigkeit. The people who love you most, you push them away hardest, not from anger, not from indifference, but from something you can't explain, an urge to build walls exactly when someone tries to climb them. That inexplicable need to create distance from the people closest to you. That's Mauerbauertraurigkeit, German, meaning the inexplicable urge to push people away. Attachment researchers connect this to defensive deactivation, a survival mechanism built in. Childhood when closeness once meant eventual loss. You don't push people away because you don't love them. You pushed them away because some old part of you still believes loving people means preparing to lose them. That's not a flaw. That's a wound still trying to protect you from a pain that already happened. Number 9. Altschmerz. You're tired of your own thoughts. Not new pain. Old pain. The same loop, the same memory, the same question you've asked yourself 400 times with no new answer. That exhaustion of carrying the same wound for too long. That's Altschmerz. Weariness with your own familiar sorrows. Therapists see this constantly, not in people who refuse to heal, but in people who are so aware of their patterns that the awareness itself becomes the weight. You're not stuck because you're weak. You're tired because you've been carrying this with full consciousness. That takes more strength than most people will ever understand. Number 8. Libidinosis. At 3 a.m. you lie there and you just want to care less. Not be numb. Not give up. Just carry it lighter. Stop measuring every word you said. Stop running every scenario. Stop being so aware of everything all the time. That deep craving to loosen your grip on everything you're holding, that's liberosis. The desire to care less about things. Psychologists connect this to cognitive load saturation when the mind has processed beyond its comfortable threshold and begins to crave release. You don't actually want to care less. You want the weight to match what you were built to carry. The problem was never that you cared too much. The problem is that nobody else cared enough to help you hold it. Number 7. Monocopsis. You were in the right room, right conversation, right people, and still, something felt off. Like everyone received an instruction manual for existing that you somehow missed. That subtle, persistent feeling of being out of place, not rejected, not invisible, just slightly misaligned with the world around you, that's monocopsis. Research on gifted and highly sensitive individuals consistently identifies this feeling as one of the most universal and most isolating experiences of deep thinkers. You don't feel out of place because something is wrong with you. You feel out of place because you are calibrated for a depth most environments were never built to hold. Number 6. Enouement. You know how this story ends. The relationship, the job, the phase of life you were so desperate to survive. And you wish, just for a moment, you could go back and tell yourself it works out. Not to change anything, just to give yourself the peace you didn't have then. That bittersweet feeling of arriving in the future you once desperately hoped for. Wishing you could send word back, that's enouement. Psychologists describe this as retrospective compassion, the empathy you develop for your past self only after you've survived them. The version of you that was scared, they made it. You are the proof. You just can't tell them. And that silence is its own kind of grief. Number 5. Canopsia. An empty hallway at night, a playground with no children, your childhood home with different people living in it. Familiar places drained of the life that gave them meaning. That eerie, hollow feeling. Of spaces that remember what you've forgotten. That's canopsia. Neuroscience shows the brain stores, place memory and emotional memory in the same neural architecture. When the place remains, but the people don't, the brain experiences a specific form of grief that has no socially acceptable space to exist. Nobody asks if you're okay about an empty parking lot, but sometimes that's exactly where the grief lives. Number 4. Sonder. You see a stranger through a car window just for a second, and then you realize they have a whole life, a mother, a fear they've never told anyone, a song that makes them pull over and cry, a dream they almost gave up on, and they will never know you exist, and you will never know them. That sudden awareness that every person around you is living a life as vivid and as complicated as yours, that's Sonder. Psychologists connect this to theory of mind expansion, the rare moment when the self briefly dissolves into the larger human story. It only lasts a second, but for that second you are not alone. You are part of something so large it has no edges. Sonder is 3 a.m.'s quietest miracle. Number 3, chrysalism. Rain starts outside, and something in you exhales, not because anything changed, but because the storm outside made your inside feel quieter, safer, like the world gave you permission to stay still. That feeling, the inexplicable peace of being inside while the world is loud outside, that's chrysalism. Psychologists link this to involuntary attentional restoration, when external natural sound pulls the brain out of rumination and into the present. The rain didn't fix anything, but for a moment, it made the unfixable feel less urgent. Some nights that's enough. Number 2, velocore. It's 3 a.m. and you're scrolling old photos, not looking for anything, just drifting through versions of yourself that no longer exist. That person looks happy. Did they know it at the time? Did you? That bittersweet ache of looking backward at a life that felt ordinary then, but sacred now, that's velocore. Psychologists connect this to temporal self-appraisal theory, the way the mind romanticizes past selves to understand the present one. You're not sad about the past. You're grieving the version of you who didn't know how fast it would go. That's different, and it's heavier. Number 1, oculism. It hits at 3 a.m. without warning. You're lying there and suddenly you feel the size of everything. The billions of people alive right now, the billions who came before, and you, one person, one bed, one ceiling. That vertigo of realizing how small you are and how much that somehow matters, that's oculism. Neuroscientists call this the overview effect in reverse. Not the awe astronauts feel seeing Earth from space, but the awe you feel lying in the dark realizing you are Earth. You are not small, you are specific. And specific is rarer than large. It's still 3 a.m. Nothing has changed. But now, the thoughts circling your mind have names, and something about being named makes the unbearable slightly more bearable. Subscribe for more untold emotions backed by science and felt by all of us.